everybody. Good morning. Yay! So I'm Tanya Baldwin. I am from Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self, and I'm also the host of Trauma Talk, whether it's by Reels or Trauma Talk Live, which I do these oracle readings now, and also a podcast. So I'm actually going to change the podcast. Apparently my new phone, I finally got my phone replaced, which that means that luckily enough tomorrow I should be able to get back on Instagram as well and broadcast there. A couple of announcements. Today is the full moon. So that means that tonight in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, we will be having our full moon ceremony. So if you're not a part of that group, just let me know and I can get the link to you. It is a Facebook group. So if you're seeing me on another stream, just to know that that's a Facebook group that I have. But we'll be doing a full moon ceremony. It's in Gemini today, the full moon. So very exciting. I love it. There's an energetics healing session where we take you through a meditative journey. Healing session with crystals and incense and all kinds of good things like that. And we also look at how the full moon in Gemini is going to affect you based on your sun, rising, and moon signs. So it's a lot of fun, the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. And I have another announcement to make. So I do have several packages available. So one of the packages that I have is just a general oracle card reading. It's a 5-card pull where you get to find out who your spirit guide is and what message they've come to tell you right now. But it also tells you a message that they've been trying to get to you for a while, but you've been either not hearing it or just not ready to listen, and how to be open to spirit for messages in the future. And the other thing is that it tells you what life path you're on. I just realized my coffee was far too far away, far too far away. So that's the one standalone. Hi, Dina, I think maybe Dina's probably closer, Dina. So that's the standalone and that's $45. I also have the Sacred Journey Oracle card package. And that's where we work on your trauma with guidance from the Oracle card on which direction you should take to focus your energy. Also with my experience and my knowledge in trauma. So I help guide you. So if we pulled a card and it talked about, say, not making assumptions, for an example, well, we would look at learning about what is assumptions, why do we make assumptions, right? Well, as children that are traumatized, one of the reasons why we make assumptions is because we want to predict the outcome of the behaviors that we're seeing because it made us safe before. If we saw our mom's voice start to raise and we knew that we were going to get hit, we'd get out of the way before we did. So it made sense for us to predict or try to mind read or try to fortune tell because we had to create safety or to get attention. So now as adults, though, when we do it, it doesn't help us at all. So that would be an example of how I would walk through that process. And I would give you tips and techniques and resiliency and soothing. So that's the Oracle, the Sacred Journey Oracle package that I do. And it's a 3-month package. So you get 6 readings and then you get 6 guided card pulls. Well, I've just made that a group program as well. So it'd be kind of the same similar experience that we have on my lives, but I would, we'd be meeting up in a Zoom meeting or in, probably a Zoom meeting, either that or in a group. But we'd be meeting up and I would consult the cards and do a reading to see where we should be focusing on our healing. And then I will collectively share how we should navigate through what the cards are showing. Right. So similar to what we're doing here. So that's half the price of what it would be to work with me individually. And I just released that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then I also have my huge trauma wellness program, which I really feel is, when you do that program, you really want to delve deep. You really want to spend and invest time and money and energy into healing your trauma. And, you're prepared to do that. So those are the things, but I just really wanted to talk about that I have the Sacred Journey Oracle package is now also a group package. There's a second stream. So for those that can't afford, the 700, because it's $697 to work with me individually in the Oracle package, then this is half the cost. So $350 $350 to get 6 oracle card readings and 6 guided card pulls and all of that stuff. Like, what a fantastic opportunity to work on your trauma for really cheap. And it's only for December. After December, these prices will not stay, because that's six oracle card, group oracle card readings, and also 6 guided card pulls. That's so they won't be staying. But anyway, let's get on to the reading. Yesterday was my birthday, as everyone who showed up yesterday would know, because I was very cheeky about it, because I like to celebrate a good day celebrating myself. It's fun. But I do have a card pull for you today, and then we'll get into individual cards. Okay, so the first card that I pulled was Regeneration, number 46. Okay, so let's see what regeneration talks about. Nice. Yes. Yes. I'm so happy about that. And you can always get on the card. You can get a card pulled multiple days in a row as long as you're here. And well, we can always put you on the list for a card for today, and then we'll see if we can help you move that along. Okay. And I'll start my list now. So anyone that's showed up on there, I don't see anybody. No one's commented. There's no messages. There's not even the thing on the, it seems like the comment thing. Good morning. Somehow the comment thing went away. And so it really, good morning, Jobrisa. Oh, sorry. I will write your name down, Jobrisa. And then I will get, good morning. I think Alexandria, maybe. I was trying to, hi, Miss Yeast. Oh, I love trolls. Jeez. Wow. Wow. Some people have too much time on their hands. For those of you on Facebook, so I just had a lady show up on my feed, and her name was called Ms. Yeast. And she had this whole like message on her thing that said, excuse me, miss, I have a yeast infection, and then you don't want to know the rest of the message. It's gross, right? TikTok, it's gross. When you click on her name and you go to block her, it says blocking her will create a similar thing in you. It's like so gross. Good morning, Nicole. And I don't know, Nicole. Is that kind of like that? Kind of like that. Okay, let's get to the cards. Oh my God, distraction. I have ADHD, and I will be like scroll. So I have to focus. Hi, Nicole. Nice to meet you. So regeneration was the first card. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. So a really positive message about regeneration and rebirth. And we go through regeneration and rebirth a lot of times, and that's okay. It's a cycle, right? So let's see how the other cards support it. For the astral cards, so we can learn a little bit about astrology. We get to learn about Virgo today. So let's see what Virgo has, what is all about Virgo. Hello, Betty. Hello, Tristy. My future after bachelor. Tristy, I will put you on the list for a card. And if with my list, I did not spell your name right, and Melody, I'll put you down as well. Hello, Pankoosh. How are you? So Virgo, symbolized by a woman or goddess holding a sheaf of wheat. The mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and the intestinal tract, the job of which is to sort nutrients from waste. The sun shines here August 21st to September 21st. So the action of Virgo. Look for the grain. I'm good this morning. I had a wonderful day yesterday. Thank you. I hope that you're well today too. So look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in this situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized. Right? The action of Virgo. So in order to bring it to harvest, whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or the culture in which you work, Virgo wants you to be specific, sort, and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily with whom you interact. So Virgo is all about like the tasks and the actions. It's not about the people, right? Virgo is a very service-oriented sign, right? So Virgo is all about service, and also, Virgo is the one that's the overthinker, the one that wants to make things perfect, right? Like that's the type of things that Virgo's up to. Hi, Spectra Marie. How are you? So let's see what we're supposed to do with this Virgo in our regeneration. Because remember, we are in this regeneration stage, right? Where we're becoming new again. So Virgo wants you to be specific and sort. So examine the situation for patterns that need to be released and composted, and what seeds need to be saved for another time or planted for the next season. Rather than focus on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. Truly absorb the worth and wonder and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. Look at your diet and health habits to see what needs improvement. Absorb vitality. So the challenge with Virgo showing up is that if you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you'll have is an empty bed. Might be fertile soil, but it's still an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. Then let the editor clean and polish. So just try to step back from that perspective of perfectionism, right? That Virgo sometimes embodies, is that it has to be perfect, right? Well, nothing's ever truly perfect. So just let that go and just adopt the mentality of good enough. I had two things that I did when I was trying to get over my perfectionism. So I also have Virgo moon. So of course I have Virgo energy, but I had perfectionism because that's born out of traumas where you feel like you're not good enough, right? I wasn't good enough. So how do I overcome not being good enough? Perfectionism. If you're perfect, then you're definitely good enough. The problem with perfect is it doesn't exist. So then you're constantly reaffirming that you're not good enough. So that's all I did. I kept saying, I'm not good enough. So, hi, Billy. I can put you on the list and pull a card for you and see what a card says for you, and we can go with that. That might be a good idea. So the gift of Virgo, though, is this world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourage us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each piece plays. You sure can be, Kennedy. I'm good. I'm fantastic. I didn't know that you wanted a card, Fuchi, so you're just being put on the list now. Okay. And before we get all rushed, I don't know if I could tell you that, Paul. I'm sorry. Good morning, Linda. I'm feeling fantastic. Thank you. So the chaff protects the wheat so it can grow and therefore has value even if it's not editable. So perceive not just with your mind, but with your mind, heart, and soul together. So Virgo's asking us to, look at the whole, look at, sometimes there's those little pieces within that, they don't seem usable, but they actually are, right? And I can definitely put you guys on the list. Linda, I got you on the list, my love. And Marie. Hi from Oklahoma. I'm in Ontario. And I have two more cards for the collective before we get to the individual readings. So the individual card pulls, they come after the collective reading, and then I write down a list in order. So it can take a little while for your card to get pulled. So you have to be patient and just, listen to the rest of it. Or if you go, hopefully come back in time for me to, and if you're on TikTok, thank you so much for tapping, because the tapping is really, really helpful. You're Virgo. So you understand, right? I understand too, that wanting to nitpick on like all the finer details to make sure that it's just right. And, you know, sometimes getting annoyed at those little details too, because those, but those little details are important, but we also have to see the big picture, right? Like I like the analogy of the trees, right? Seeing that the leaves and the branches make up the forest. So see the whole forest, but see the little bits and pieces that actually contribute to making it. Even the underbrush has a purpose, right? All of this stuff has a purpose, and sometimes they're not great, but but they still fill a purpose. So the other card that I pulled was Whale Song. So let's see how this works into the equation of the other two cards, and then we have one more card after that. So there are moments in life when you have a sense of deja vu, that you visited this place, these feelings, or this person before, and you know that a new opportunity to dance has come round again. Yet there is a haunting quality to this, a melancholy as life, or melancholy, if we're doing. My niece, she absolutely loved Megamind. When she was little, she used to just be, no, I want to watch a Megamind. I want to watch a Megamind. And that she'd get all that. And in that movie, it's melancholy. He says melancholy because he pronounces everything like how it's skewel, skewel, but melancholy. So every time I see that word, I think about that. So there is a haunting quality to this, a melancholy as life's mysterious fragility is also underlined. Like a whale song that pleads for its simple notes to be matched by another, you have a short time to capture this essence and let it resonate in a way that is potentially transformative, but only if you don't turn away. Yeah, it's definitely, there's some cold spaces in Alberta right now. It was actually like -30 with the wind chill, like 34, -34 with the wind chill. It's crazy. Sometimes you may forget the moments of your humanity, your truest desires, because you become earthbound and calculating, striving and doing. So Virgo, right? It was all about the editing and not creating, right? Being in that creative stance. And creativity can come in more when we take a step back from the do, right? When we become just the being part of things, then that creativity can come back. So that's what the whale song is asking us to do, right? Is you're so overstimulated by the chase and what you're exposed to that you forget your heart. Now it's time to jump into the water and play and be reminded of your creative self. So we really need to kick up our creativity. That regenerative energy that's here is asking us to play, to rest, to pull back, and to get into that creative stance of like the creative mindset. So at this moment, wait. Now it's time to jump in the water, play, and be reminded of your creative self, your collaborative impulse to sing along, seeking harmony, beauty, purpose, and meaning. At this moment, that is your exact invitation. You will achieve more than the plans you set in motion if you use this opportunity to explore, be curious, and take a much-needed break from what your mind thinks it needs to accomplish. Your heart is calling. Answer it. Okay, so I love that. Let's see the last card, how it supports those guys. This card is the only tarot card that I pull, and it is the Five of Pentacles. And it doesn't have a very positive look to it. Okay, so the Light Seer, financial or health difficulties, feeling left out or ostracized, worrying about your security, a chance to clear energy blockages. So it's time to squarely address, and in the Shadow Seer, a scarcity mindset, feeling helpless, victimhood, inability to move ahead, fear, isolation, resistance to positivity, feelings of low self-worth that keep you from participating in prosperity, a light at the end of the tunnel. So it's time to squarely address any feelings about safety and security that have you worried about your well-being. Are you stressed about your finances or health, or feeling left out from the prosperity that others seem to enjoy? To counteract these corrosive energetic states, you're being asked to reclaim your personal power, right? So that's a big step. We got to do that. So find your hunger for fierce positivity and seek opportunity in your current circumstances. It's hiding in the shadows. If you've been stagnant for a hot minute, ask yourself if you've been laser focused on the things that are lacking in your life. If fear, self-pity, or helplessness try to dictate your reality, flip the script and remember that against all odds, all oppression, all class barriers, all everything, there is always a choice to move beyond your current limitations. Make the absolute best of your luminous life. You're not locked out from that which you desire. See the keys that will help you get there and choose to open the door. So doors that activate magical opportunities are always open for me. So beautiful message for that. And it's so true, right? We create our own cages so often, in the cage in our mind, right? By what we perceive we're not going to have, or what we can't accomplish, or be, locked up with what they have. They have more than me. Good morning, Jess. Definitely put you on the list for a card. Perfect. So yeah, like a lot of a really good message here. I think, like whatever, whoever's in that victimhood, the feeling the sense of lack, being worried, being concerned, thinking that you're not gonna get ahead, or just repeating the same, right? That victim, that life is happening to me. We need to go through that regenerative state, right? We need to refocus and change our energy. Let's just say it this way. If what you think you make happen, or how you feel underneath makes that come to be, right? Then if you think about yourself, let's say I think that I'm always going to struggle with money. Well, if thinking that made it true, wouldn't it benefit you to then think about that you're not always going to struggle with money, that you're going to learn how to balance money, or that your money's going to come to you, money's energy, your energy, just shifting your beliefs, right? If we change our belief system around what it is, then we can change how it shows up in our life. Right? If you're running around thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, and you keep aligning yourself with people who show you again how you're not good enough, right? If you do that, then you're just, that's that repeat, right? You're thinking you're not good enough, so you're calling people to show you evidence that you're not good enough. But if you change your mindset to that you are good enough, because you've always been good enough, then you shift that. The people that start coming to you are going to have a different song even. Maybe they'll resonate with you more, right? In a healthy way, instead of resonating with you in the I'm not good enough state, right? We don't want to call people in that resonate with us in that state. We want to fix our inner belief system and then go in the other way. Good morning, Jenny. Love you, dear. So yeah. And don't just look at just the tasks, right? Like try to see all of it. And if something's showing up, that's, it's kind of like picking up dog poop, right? Nobody wants to do that. That's the worst part about owning a dog, is having to pick up dog poop. But there's so much benefit from having a dog. So we accept that part of it, even though it's not great, right? But we still accept it because of the rest of it. So that's our message for our lovely December 7th. Let me get all the cards that I don't continue to use back in their piles. And we're going to continue we're using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck right now. That's the deck that I'm focusing on. Although I may, for somebody, ask or use a different card. But yes, we all have the potential for change. All of us. All right. So, do you know what's funny, Pippa? You're with T right now. So the answer to your question, Pippa, is yes. But just maybe not the tea that you were thinking. Okay. Just waiting. I was waiting to see Pippa's response to that. Okay, so we're going to start the list. And if you slow down with the comments, what I'll do is I have a decent list right now. Once I get through this list, then I'll ask more people if they want a card, because I need to be good with my time management. Okay, so I'm going to start with the list that I have. So this one here is for Renee. Renee, my love, are you still there? And if you are, look at that. We have 61 viewers on TikTok. Way to go, TikTok. You guys are fantastic. And you know, we get more viewers. You know what? My goal, my top, like the top that I've ever gotten on one of my lives is 17.7 thousand likes. I'm not sure how many viewers ended up being on it. But if we can surpass that, that would be amazing. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. But so Renee, if you have a specific area in which you'd like the card pulled, like, I know it's around the relationship, actually, just you want more clarity around that. And then after Renee is Jobram. I know I'm probably not pronouncing your name correctly, but yeah, we can talk about some stuff as we have time. So number 12, change in the wind, Renee. So relationships go through, and this is the funny thing, because we know, because you talked about it. You said after that message, you got scared. You got a little bit scared, and you drew back, even though it was a really good message. It was a positive message. And so you're the person that's making, but anyway, relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Sometimes when we get triggered into fear mode, we do these weird little things, right? So there's a potential that you're doing these tiny little things and that are causing friction now, because you're like, oh my God, she said something good about this relationship. Oh no. So though these rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to truly be happy, rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from the drama. The air will clear and everything will be new, fresh and new again. This too shall pass. Especially if you learn to control that, whatever that fear is, that, to do that work, right? What is it that, when you got that positive message, what was it that made you go, oh no? Right? What was it? Was it that fear of committing, or, what was it? Hi, Astart. Hello, how are you? From Greece. Hello, how are you? Love it. Right? We got to get growth. We got to grow. People. We're going to get so big. We are. And you guys will be like, I was there in the beginning. You definitely can have a card, Astart. My beautiful YouTube. All right. So Jobram, are you still there? See, and if we're all ready, and that's that thing, right? If your mind can pull something towards you by you thinking on it, then would you want to think on it ending and think that that's what's going to happen from the outset, right? You don't want to bring it to you. If your thoughts are powerful, which they found, like, we're energy, right? So somewhere underneath there, you have, no, sorry, I still have, I have so many cards to draw. It'll be a little bit slower. Good morning. Oh, amazing. Today should be the day, Jenny, because it is the full moon, where you're writing down the things that you wish to release, the things that you wish to let go of, habits that you have that aren't serving you, those types of things, because of the full moon in Gemini. And if you're not part of my group, Jenny, you should be part of my group. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and when I get my phone running better, I'll be on Instagram as well. So I'm on the major platforms, and yeah, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, multiple groups on Facebook as well. And then you're welcome, Renee. So I haven't seen Jobram, so I'm going to go on Tristy or Melody or Billy or Kennedy, any one of you guys. And if we don't, we're going to go through the list real fast if people leave really quickly. Hi, Billy. You know what, Billy Two Dogs? I wanted to pull a card for you from a different deck. I don't know why, but for some reason, a different deck spoke to me. Oh no, definitely on time, Ren. And the way that the list is going, we're going to blast through it real fast because there's lots of people that left before their card could be read. Okay, Billy, I'm going to pull from this other deck. Okay. And yeah. Preggy Pants. You keep asking if will you get married in 2023? Are you dating? Are you in a relationship? Right? Sometimes when you ask questions, there has, all right. So Billy, I'm going to focus on Billy right now. Okay, Billy. Hi, sunshine. I'm like, where did the card? Did I pull the book out? No, I left the book in there. I mean, I could intuit what it is, but so Billy, I pulled this card for you. It's called Star Family. Okay. So let's read the message from Star Family. There's a lot of star messages. Oh. Star Family. Okay. You haven't missed yours yet, Kennedy, but you are next on the list. Okay. Because a bunch dropped off. So you're next on the list. So you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. At some stage, we were each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are a part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from a similar cosmic cloth. I can pull a card for you, Sunshine. I can put you on the list. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them. From the moment you meet, they feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you are with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anyone else. It can sometimes feel like looking in the mirror because in a way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you knew them. A certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is part of your star family? If this card comes up in a spread, it's likely that you've met someone who's part of your star family or are about to. So this is the questions for you, Billy. Who do you think is from the same star family as you? And how can you call on them for support? So do you have people in your life that have that draw, that pull to you? You just feel like you've known them forever and ever. And, for whatever reason, if they were to ask you for something, you just immediately want to go and do it because you just feel that different pull to them, that different connection. So let me know. Thank you, Jessica. You can definitely be put on the list. I got to remember we had other people I got Ren on the list. You really don't have anyone. So that's your quest now is to find them. And you can always connect with me. I do individual, large readings. Sunshine. Yes, you're right. Sunshine. And Jessica or Jennifer. I'm going to scroll back. Okay. Jessica. So after Billy is Kennedy. Okay. I would start, as you get exploring or, just meet new people, get out there and find new people, meet new people, and you'll find the people that have that draw, especially if you're showing up exactly as you are, right? That's a big thing. So this is for Kennedy. So Kennedy, if you have a particular area of which you'd like clarity, just let me know so I can tailor the message a little bit more. I'm so excited. All right. So yeah, just and you can always reach out. Anyone can reach out to me. I do, like I said, I have many ways that I help, but I also have just a standalone 5-card spread oracle reading that gives you your spirit guide and the message that they're giving you in your life path and all of this other stuff. So it's a really awesome it's an awesome package. I would have to say myself, it's an awesome package. So time for a nap, Kennedy. Time for a nap. I think you can get an idea of what that's speaking about, right? So I'm going to just read the prosperity section, okay? So this is a time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Are you busy, Kennedy? Because some of us are busy getting do, forgetting that we're human beings and that we just have to be sometimes. So your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome right now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. So it's not saying, it's definitely, there's the prosperity message that's there. So there's definitely, yes, you can be put on the list too, Shannon. Sorry, I couldn't talk. I definitely didn't pick the right piece of paper to start my list on. So it's getting a little bit, I have to just flip the sheet. So I think that you can become successful. I think that what the message is saying is to, like when we're just doing and we're focused on the tasks and stuff, we're not necessarily in a receptive or in a creative space of mind, like in a creative mindset. I got you, Patsy. So that, hello, hi, Ram. Thank you. So yeah, it's, does that make sense to you? Right? If you're really focused on production, then you can sometimes like block off that creative flow. And what this is telling to you is to take a step back, even if it means taking like an actual holiday or just meditating and connect with spirit, connect with your higher self, right? If you don't believe in God, that's cool too. That's your choice. But if you could be, I'm going to just connect with my own higher spirit, right? My shirt today says Village Witch. I love it. Okay. So that's a good message for you. Okay. After Kennedy, we had Fuchi and then Linda. I know Linda, I got your card. If Fuchi's there, and if not Fuchi, then we're going on to Linda. And then after Linda is Maru. The letter R, a flash of earthy energy, and the letter R for me. Please tell me that is my divine partner, and he's gonna come, and we're gonna like have an amazing life together. Or I don't know, a flash of earth energy. Ooh. Interesting. I'm interested in this to start. I am very interested in this. Oh. Okay. So Linda, because Fuchi never came up. So Linda, what's your name, user? 968. And you are on the list, Sunshine. So Linda, a start, and I need to have a conversation. Linda, your card is go the distance in protection mode. So let's see what go the distance in protection mode. So user 968, can you give me your name so I can put your name down on there instead of user? And I'll put you on there, okay? So Linda, number 47 in protection mode, go the distance. So let's see what this message is. Okay, dear. In protection message. So this is that whole about resilience, right? Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up an image of the desert, you picture parched lipped, sunburned skin and mirages. Yes, I'm in. I'm in. If anybody wants to support my endeavors, I take donations. I'm trying to get to Greece because I want to live out the Mamma Mia lifestyle. I'm going to karaoke in little bars, and then I'm going to have like all these women come, and we're gonna have like a healing center. Like it'll be fantastic. So I just need people to fund that program so that I can get to Greece. And then I'm going to go see a star because he has an energy shop. And I would love to see that. I think it would be perfect. So, Melinda, I'll put you on the list. Sorry, just it's getting to be a very messy list. You'll have no idea. Only I'll be able to figure out my list and who's in order. So, Linda, there's more to it than that, than the dry, arid landscape with these, creatures that, right? I would like to go to an energy. Michaela, I'll put you on there, Michaela, for sure. Spelt it wrong, but I'll put you on the list. Okay, so amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. So for Linda, high cost. So I'm a trauma wellness healer who does oracle cards, and I look at the message that I do card readings, pull cards for people, and then because your username comes up, it says Melinda. Sorry. So I pull. Yes, we'll talk, Esther. I'm always into the idea of growing and expanding and collaborating. You never know who you're going to collaborate with and what they're going to give you. So I pull a card. Good morning, Raven. I pull a card and I read the message and intuit from it as well. And then I share guidance around trauma or mental health or just healing and recovery. So building resilience or having tips like that. So for Linda, because Linda's was go the distance in protection mode, and it talks about, conserving your strength and being selective about where you spend your energy or where you give your energy. So a lot of times we know when something feels really good, right? Like if I got crystal in the mail, like if I got crystals in the mail, I'm like, if I get oracle cards, same thing. I'm like, yay, a new deck to learn and explore, right? So the things that light you up by that feeling that you get, that joy, that yes, right? And so this is what this card is telling Linda to do. It's telling Linda, listen to the things that make you go, yes, and don't do the things that even make you go, yeah, okay, right? We did this test one time. If you rapid fire questions, you'll find out how you feel about something, right? Because if I rapid fired questions and I was like, do you like dogs? And you're like, uh-huh. And I'm like, do you like big dogs? And you're like, uh-huh. And then they were like, do you like little dogs? And I was like, yeah. So that's the example of the not, like it doesn't really resonate. I prefer big dogs, right? So that's the kind of way that you go through that. You just really quickly have somebody fire different things at you, and you'll feel yourself be like, uh-huh, yeah. And then you'll have other times where you're like, nuh-uh, right? And someone's like, do you want to work in the sewers? Like I can just feel myself be like, no, that's not for me. Right? So good morning, Steve. How are you? So yeah, so that's how I do the whole process and my Oracle Sacred Journey Oracle packages, whether in the individual one-on-one package or in the group package, that's what I do. But I do it with like a 5-card spread, stuff like that. Yeah. A fox. I love it. Oh my God, Esther, you are so, you're so cool. I had, after Linda is Maru, and then after Maru is Jess, and then a start. Okay. So good morning. Good morning. Oh my God. I know. I'm so excited. I love foxes. We see a lot of foxes in Ontario. We don't see them in Alberta. So I spent the last 11 years in Alberta, and the only time I would see foxes was when I was in Ontario visiting. And I love them. I love them. I had a pet raccoon when I was a kid. So you having a pet fox, that just like, obviously animals light me up. So that's what you need to look for, Linda, is the things that light you up. And just try to pay attention to the people that you're around, and if they're actually helping you or hindering you, and eliminate them or other things, right? Oh, fox. Yes. Yes. Full of so much energy. I love it. Oh, thank you, Justice. Thank you so much. All right. So I didn't hear anything from Maru. So we are pet squirrels. Oh my gosh, pet squirrels. I love it. This lady had pet squirrels. I can't have a pet squirrel. My dog would want to eat it. He gets really excited about squirrels outside, and we have so many in Ontario. It's insane. There's so many squirrels. So he thinks, and because like this whole wall here is like windows and patio door, so he'll sit there in front of the patio door, and he'll drag his bed over to lie it in front of the patio door so he can just watch outside. And it's like dog television. Yes, that's so cool. That's so cool. All right. No Maru. So for Jess, this is your card, my love. Jess was like, about time. So chitty chatty. And make sure you book that other. Did you book another call with me, Linda? Because we have to have that other call booked, and I will pull a guidance card for you this week as well. Oh, Jess. This is Jess on the yes. I will pull a pet raccoon. They're sweet. They're really cool. They're really cool. But yeah, once it got to be a certain age, we actually had to let it go. So this is for Jess on here. She got the Land of Milk and Honey, but Jessica, you're still on the list, just a little bit further down. It's coming. We're getting to the ones that are a little more recent now, because we made it through the collective reading. So then it catches up. It catches up because people leave. They don't want to wait. So a pet bear. Yeah, I wouldn't want a pet. I mean, they're cute, but yeah, no. You hear too many stories about that, like with the larger predator type animals, right? That they, you hear these people, I raised it since it was a cub, had it his whole life, and then they just eat them. Right? And it's like, so you just don't want to have an animal that can eat you. Like my dog could hurt me bad enough. And I mean, he never would. He's all tongue. He's just like, a fat panda, a cute fat panda. That would be a awesome thing. I want an elephant. If I could I have an elephant? And we can move on, Nikki. Absolutely. All righty. So now that we've talked about all the different animals that we've liked, the Land of Milk and Honey for Jess. So I believe Jess is still looking in the relationships sector. But I will give a little bit of a general reading. Okay. So the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. And in a relationship, sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you now to savor. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. So beautiful message for you. 2 people with 7 dogs each on I love it. All righty. So a start. If you have a specific area in which you would love your answer or your question, then then I will tailor it specifically to that area. Otherwise, it'll just be general. Honey of abundance. I like it. Maybe that card's going to pull up for you too. I've pulled up cards like that back to back before. You're welcome, Jess. And I hope I was correct in assuming you wanted in the relationship area. General? Okay. Did you just burp? My dog just burped, just belched. It was... I don't know why, but I had the feeling that it was the bottom card, which is observer and in protection mode. So let's see what observer in protection mode is. Number 49 is the number. So the protection message. Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face? It is a beautiful deck. Suction cup to your face and you can't see beyond yourself. There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. So you need like somebody that's just going to shift your perspective. That's going to shift your viewpoint of the world, open you up a little bit more. It could be just our conversations now. We're just going to get all wide open, wide open, wide open. Maybe. Do you feel a little stuck right now? Tell me if that resonates with you at all. And then we've got Ren and sunshine. I do a collective reading in the beginning, Chloe, and then after, so on point. Okay. You and I need to talk. I can get you some clarity. The collective. So I do a collective reading at the beginning of the session, and then I go into pulling cards. For people that want cards. And I do that for about an hour, although I do tend to go late quite often because you guys just want cards and I get pulled into pulling cards. Hi, Marla. How are you, love? I saw that you signed up for that group, Sacred Journey. Love it. We can connect and discuss that a little bit more if you'd like. So good morning. Yeah. Okay. So Ren. Is Ren still there? If Ren's not there, Sunshine. And if Sunshine's not there, Jessica. Okay. Hi, Sunshine. Okay. Oh, yuck. That's a lot. That's a lot to be dealing with. Interesting. And what would you like your question surrounding, Sunshine? Does he really love you or not? So the card that I pulled for you is Yin. All right. So I know what I'm going to say with this. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. We can definitely get some more clarity around that at some point, Jess. Good. I'm happy to hear that, Marla. Okay, so Sunshine, number 2, Yin. Okay, for relationship message. So Yin, let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will pleasantly be surprised. So a lot of times we try to control the direction that things, or we try to control things in our life too much, especially if we feel like something may not be staying, right? Like we get that fear, right? So our anxious attachment sometimes kicks in. Some of us have anxious attachment. I had anxious attachment. So when people would try to go away, I would try to pull them back to me or control the situation. So just be aware that if you're doing that, that's going to cause the fracture to happen, right? That'll push people away. So this is about letting go of the need to control, just allowing to accept what the relationship is at and allowing that other person to show up however they are showing up, and just pay attention. And they'll either show you that there's somebody that's going to stay with you or that you want to stay with you, right? Or they're going to show you that they're not. They probably will show you that they want to stay, right? Right. And the card didn't speak about any betrayal like that, Sunshine. It just said to let go of control. And, you know, sometimes we do, we make, and so I would just say to just step back and watch people's actions and see how they show up. And that's going to give you an understanding about who they are, right? Not the words. Pay attention to the actions. So after Sunshine is Jessica. Jessica. I'll see Chloe, Riley. I'll see, and only because I do have a few people on the list, and I don't want to go too late today. Yeah. Hi, Jojo. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So, Jessica, are you still there, sweetie? Because you were there just a moment ago. So I'm hoping that you still are. And if you're not there, then I'm going to move from Jess to Shannon. And if Shannon's not there, then Patsy. Okay. Hi, Shannon. Okay, this card's for you. You're the first one to show up from those names, so you get it, and then we'll pull for the next one if they show up. So if Patsy's still there, and if not Patsy, Michaela, relationship. Okay, perfect. Hi, Marie. Definitely. Perfect. So again, in that protection message, so that message that I just read about feeling like you're stuck right now, right? That's the same energy. Thank you, Melinda. I do believe you are. Yes, you're next. That's the name that I wrote that I couldn't read. Thank you for doing that. Love to you, friend. So the message that I just read, Shannon, about feeling like you're stuck. So seeking out people that will help you unstick. That's the same message that I pulled for a start. I pulled for you as well. So that concept of gathering, I'm going to get to the message again. Okay. So it is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and you're seeing. You definitely can, Jojo. You've been very supportive for sure. You can get your name on the list. So it's connect to the essence of your goals and ask. I got to make sure I'm on there. Okay, definitely. All right. Shannon. It is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. I'm not sure why the sad face about you did, Jessica. You got to get me to the energy shop. Exactly. And then a start and I can we'll have a session in Greece. I'm I did I asked for Jessica and I didn't see Jessica's name come up. So I moved on past Jessica. If anybody, if Chloe Riley, if that's what your name is Jessica, then hi, Jessica. Okay. I'll pull you after this card. Okay. I'll pull your card after this one. Just let me know I'll pull your after this one, Jessica. And we'll get to it. But this is still for Shannon, so hang on. You may be too personally attached to the outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. Oh, okay. Good morning, Nan. So the sometimes, and let's say you in your mind, you have this vision of, like, say, your partner, or you have your vision of how it's showing up. For me, this card, would be saying to me, let's say if I was like, yeah, it has to show up. I have to get my abundance through my oracle card area, right? But if I'm just expecting that, maybe that's wrong. Right? Maybe if I let go of expecting it to show up in any way, it'll show up in whatever way it's supposed to. That's what that message is, Shannon, is just to let go of having it to be in a specific way and let it show up to you the way that it's supposed to show up to you. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Thank you so much, Jojo. So this card I'll pull for Jessica because she is here now and just missed it. Amber, you definitely can be. Might be going a little bit late today. We definitely are. We're 1 minute over, but 1 minute's nothing. I'm just going to put down after Jojo, Amber. Okay. And then we'll see. Okay. Putting them on the list nice and slowly. Savinia, I can put you on the list. That's okay. I'm at work. Sometimes people makes a lot of, okay, perfect. And Chloe, you're on the list. Okay. If that's Riley. Jessica. Time for a nap. Okay. So I'm not sure what you're up to right now, but it seems like you have to take a step back. Okay. And rest. And Patsy, I'll pull your card next. Okay, Patsy? Jessica, 24, time for a nap. And what area were you looking for clarity in, Jessica? Was it in finance or was it in, hi, Sarah from England. Hello. Was it in relationship, prosperity, general? Was there a specific area that you were looking for clarity in? Hi, Haley. Family. Okay, perfect. So in relationship with this time for a nap card, what it's saying is when it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. Sorry, if you're not partnered, just spend some time dating yourself. I did that. I put a ring on myself just over a year ago with the intention of just dating myself. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Haley. So focus on yourself if you're not in a relationship. If you are involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. So I hope that helps you, right? So it's just taking a step back and just allowing whatever is to be, and not trying to to force any change or anything to happen within what you're experiencing. Okay. And if you're not in a relationship, then just focus on you. What makes you happy? What makes you tick? What gets you up in the morning? How do you like your eggs, right? Like think about with Runaway Bride, right? Where she was like, I don't even know how I like my eggs, because with this person, I like them scrambled, and with this person, I like them over easy, right? So yeah, just right now, maybe not. Maybe right now, just focus on you before reaching out to that person. Focus on you and understand the whys. Okay. All right, Patsy, then Michaela, then Melinda, then Jojo, Amber, and Savinia, and Chloe. Sorry, Amber, Chloe, and Savinia. My list is getting these two. I gotta go this one, then up to this spot and over because I did not pick the proper paper today before I didn't get a new page of paper. So now everything's kind of messed up. But Patsy, this one's for you, okay, Patsy? And you were saying you were looking in finance area. Time for a nap. So I'm going to read the prosperity message for that card now. And we'll see. It's interesting. This card has shown up 3 times in this reading. And the other cool thing is it is a 24, which becomes 6, and 6 can only, anyway, me and my numbers. I would see relevance in the 24 and the 6, and the 6 being a good number and 3s being a good number. Hi, Judy. Okay, so time for a nap, prosperity-wise. This is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. So for you, Patsy, that's just, do you know where you're going to, or have you figured out your passion or your purpose? Do you have a source of income, or, there's so many questions that can come up around this, but it's really just to step back and just really connect with you and either your higher self or the higher spirit, and just get some clarity around, and this will give you some creativity, right? It'll open up your mind, and bring in new creative juices, right? That's when we do, it really stunts our creativity, and it's our creativity, right? We are creators. We either create people or we create things. Everything that exists in our world was in someone's mind first and then was created, right? So all of these things that create prosperity, whether it's service-based or it's tangible products, it started off in somebody's mind and then they bring it to the world. So right now is your time to step back and just think and meditate and connect with yourself and your higher self and figure out what is that you need, that you want to create. What is it that you're going to bring forward into the world? Okay, if that helps you, Patsy. Okay, after Patsy is, got to figure out my list here, Michaela. And if Michaela's not there, Melinda. Okay, and if Michaela and Melinda are not there, then we're going to Jojo. Okay, so Michaela and Melinda. Okay. You're so welcome, Patsy. Hi, Melinda. Thank you so much for hanging on. When we get on to it early, sometimes the cards get stacked up real fast. So then you get way down on the list and it seems to take forever to get to you. So I really appreciate you for sticking around, and also for asking people to help me get to Greece so that I can go to the energy shop and we can have a collaboration. We'll bring something cool to you, I'm sure. All right. So Melinda. Whereabouts in England, Sarah? And Melinda, your card's number 52, mending. Is there a specific area that you want it general? Okay, perfect timing, perfect timing. Perfect timing. So number 52, mending. Each time we are hurt, London, beautiful. I love Europe, and I did get to travel to London, like actual to London. So it was lovely. I enjoyed it very much. So back to you, Melinda. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. the pain, the memories. Dublin. Oh, lovely. I would go there. So sorry. I'm going to start the message over again, Melinda. And I'm going to try to focus and not look at the the moving objects and get distracted like a squirrel, right? Each time we are, because this is an important message for everybody. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. And it's a huge message for everybody, for everyone. And also today, being the full moon, is the perfect time to do a release ceremony. And one of the ways that within my Divine Feminine Healing Collective, where I will be tonight to do the full moon ceremony, within that, which is a Facebook group, if you're interested in joining it, just, connect with me and or especially on Facebook, and I can give you a link to the group. But we go through a release ceremony where we're letting go of things that don't serve us. We let go of karma. We let go of limiting beliefs. We let go of all of those things through the ceremony. And, that's what I would suggest for you to do. You can write out a forgiveness list. So forgive people who have harmed you, forgive yourself for harming others, forgive yourself for harming you, forgive others for harming you, right? Just do a big forgiveness ceremony and release it and burn it, right? And forgiveness doesn't mean that you're condoning what they've done, that you accept anything that they've done. That's just saying that you're forgiving the fact that the action has happened and letting go of the energy from that. So you're not staying tied to that situation anymore. That's why we do the forgiveness. It's not about saying what you did was okay. I've forgiven my father for being a pedophile, but he's not allowed in my life, and he's not allowed. And, I don't condone what he did. I just let it go because I don't want that energy. I don't want that tie. Sometimes I do energetic. So you can do almost like a cord cutting, or you can do set fire. I like fire working. I like working with fire, but I'm Sagittarius. So of course I like fire. So I'm not sure if that resonated with you, Melinda, but let me know if it did. But all of us can learn from that, right? Right. All of us can learn from that. We can all heal, right? Mend those rifts, right? Take responsibility. If it's something that you've done wrong, then take that. My birthday was yesterday. It was fantastic. I was on here the whole day going, it's my birthday. I'm being all goofy with it. All righty. So after Melinda is Jojo. Are you still there, Jojo? I hope you're still there. So I'm looking forward to pulling your card. Thank you. And let's get to Jojo. Yeah, I've had many abusers in my life. I've suffered every type of trauma that one can experience. I had a very, my mom was an abused woman. And so while I was in her belly, I was getting fed like cortisol and adrenaline and all of that stuff because she was abused and in those states herself. And then she was hit in the stomach with a baseball bat, knocked down a flight of stairs. And I was born 3 months early, and obviously in a very traumatic way. And then I wouldn't have gotten that connection with my mom when I was an infant either. And the first time that I was physically abused, I was 6 months old. And the first time that I was sexually abused was before I was 2. And it went on from there with different elements of, neglect. I've been homeless. I was kidnapped when I was 15 by my stepdad and held captive for a month, which I have no memories of because I blocked them out. So I've had an enormous amount of trauma, and I didn't think that I was traumatized because I was successful. But the way that I became successful was because of my trauma. My trauma made me successful. So there's that kind of like accepting or being okay with it in a way. Not that it's good that it happened, but I can't change what has happened. I can only accept that it has. So I went through all of this huge healing journey. And after I went through this healing journey, I decided to help other people heal too. So I created my trauma wellness program because I realized a huge part of healing was loving yourself, being comfortable, being authentic, realizing what things you put in place to protect yourself, and really a lot of compassion. So my wellness program that I do, it's very much based in, like, it's simple things: breathing, grounding, eating healthy, walking, being with nature, interacting socially, things like that. So anyway, that's how I got into this, and that's what I do now, is to help others to get where I am, because I take no medications, I have no diagnoses anymore. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole, I feel fantastic every day. And if something comes up in my life, I have a huge resiliency toolkit that I can lean on that helps me to navigate through those things. And so that's that. Jojo. Deep knowing is the card that I pulled for you. Okay. So what did you need clarity surrounding, Jojo? Because it's so went by that I would have to scroll for a while. So to do it a little bit faster, we'll see. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for that. I love that. Love that message. So finance, perfect. Deep knowing. I like the deep knowing card. Right? Hi, Judy. How are you, love? So let's see. Number 43, which would also be a 7 if we wanted to look at the numbers around that. So 43, deep knowing in the prosperity realm. Hi, Alex. How are you? Thank you for coming and joining us again. And thank you, Judy. So prosperity message, Jojo. This is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them, take the risk, and act. Within you, there is an oracular consciousness. I always have a hard time saying that word, but there's a consciousness of an oracle. Would be easier for me to say it. Oh, yes. No, you have to step out of the victim mindset. If you believe that things happen to you, you give up your sense of control, and then things do happen to you that you don't have control for, right? You have to step into that I am state of mind. I am capable. I am in control. My day is going fantastic, Alex. I appreciate you. So within you, there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations of the smaller thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective, the energy of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need to do in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius works. Yes. Well, you know what? Connect with me, Melinda, because I do have several different ways of doing it. So to just go through the pricing, because I'm really open about that. I never pressure anybody. Just so you know, if anybody says, if anybody has a call with me, like a discovery call to see if we could work together or how you would want to work with me, even if they were like, I want to work with you right away, I'm like, I want you to take 24 hours and think about it. I don't want somebody to sign up with me like right away like that. I want you to think about it and make sure that it actually feels right for you, because sometimes we jump into decisions because we're really excited. So we're like, I'm so excited. So we make a decision, and then the next after where the excitement goes away, we're like, oh my God, what did I do? So I want you to be in that neutral state of mind, not the excited state of mind. Same thing if we're in a bad mood. If we're in a bad mood, we're likely to be like, nah, this isn't for me. But we're not really in connection with ourselves. We're operating through that emotion of negativity. So we're going to make more likely to make a negative choice or say no. So I'm like, it doesn't matter whether you want to or you don't want to. Take 24 hours to think about what I've spoken about. So, but I do have different programs available. And if you want to work one-on-one, there's 2 different ones that I have. One's the Sacred Oracle Journey. And that is a oracle reading sessions with me one-on-one, where I do an oracle reading to guide you in your healing, and I guide you with my trauma knowledge and, you know, everything that I've done to heal myself, plus my registered nursing experience of 20 years and my trauma knowledge of all the education that I've done around trauma as well. So I bring all of that together to help you to navigate through what you've experienced. And we do that by having 6 bi-weekly oracle reading sessions one-on-one, or there's a group form of this exact same package, but with a group. So we would be just all meeting in a group, doing the oracle reading, giving guidance and instruction on how to heal, like how you would navigate through what the cards are saying. And then in the opposite weeks, I consult the cards and I will pull a card for you. And then I'll send you a picture of the card and the message that I've intuited to guide you on the in-between weeks. So those packages, to work individually is $697. To do it in the group format is $350 just for December. In 2023, the prices go back up. So it's just for the rest of this month. And then I have a trauma wellness program, and that program is typically $500 a month. So you can enter in and leave. If you've been in for a month and you're like, I've got all I need out of your program, I'm good. Then by all means, you're healed with $500. Have a wonderful life. I wish you the best. But if you want to stay, let's say you need 6 months, then you stay for 6 months. So that's that program. And it has a library of education. It has group with me all the time. Plus every month we, if needed, we connect on a one-on-one basis and do an individual therapy or healing session. So those are the different ways that I work, just to give you a heads up. Okay. So now back to the card pulls. Now that I've blabbered on for a little bit while, we're definitely further along. So Jojo, then Amber, and then after Amber, Chloe Riley. And then after Chloe Riley, we have Savina, Savinia, okay, and Sarah after Savinia, okay, just to have the list like completed. It's getting hard to read. I got to cross out some of these names so I know that the other ones are new. Okay, so are you still there, Chloe? Oh, oh my goodness. That was a good one, Jojo. And Marie, yes, you're on the list. Marie. Okay, now I have to go back through that and think what number. 43. We'll go back to it. Remind myself of it. So 43 in protection mode. Just let me know. So with not protection mode, the prosperity. So your hunches, so you have to, and yes, thank you, Jojo. There's a deep knowing is what it's saying. It's telling you that you know where to go to get in alignment with prosperity. You know the next stages or the next moves that you need to make, right? So your hunches, if you have a hunch, you're like, yeah, I think I should invest in this company right now because I think it'd be a really lucrative thing. This is telling you do that you are on point with your hunches, right? So it's saying if you listen to them, so take the risk and act. Within you, there is an oracle. So you are intuitive right now. You're highly intuitive right now is what it's saying to you. So you're able to just pick up on unwritten messages, like in messages that aren't like, it's not like somebody had to write it on a sign for you. You're going to be like, oh, this stock is a good stock to invest in right now. Or this is a great way for me to show up in my job right now. That's going to be more prosperous for me. So that's what it's saying. It's saying like you on the inside, you're going to get these nudges or these hunches or these feelings that this is what you need to do, or that would be a good investment, or that would be a good risk, or that, right? So just you're in tune and to follow those hunches. Okay. And it will bring prosperity to you. That's what the card was saying. Okay. You know, is what it's saying. On the inside, where you need to go to get money, to make money, to be prosperous, to be abundant. Okay. All right. Chloe, what would you what would you like your question around, love? What did you need clarity around, Riley? I guess we could go clear, right? Love? Okay. So the card that I pulled you is All That Glitters in the protection mode. And All That Glitters is number 16. Okay. So in the protection mode, I'll just read you the protection message and we'll see how that relates to love. Okay. So this is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation that you will be sorry you got yourself into. Stay away. Isn't it wonderful how spirit protects you? Better things are waiting. So is there someone that you've been kind of like eyeing up and maybe just slightly interested in, or someone that you've started seeing that you think there's a possibility that it'll be a long-going relationship or something like that? Yeah. So yeah, whatever that's talking about, that's not for you. It's not for you, but something better is going to come along, right? Just let that go, because that's not what it's showing up to be. Yeah. So pay attention to the energy, right? If you are intuitive, like you can feel the energy, and then pay attention to the energy. But just really, people show you who they are all the time, right? We just don't want to listen. A lot of times we're like, I want love so bad. I want to have a relationship so bad. I want this relationship to work out so bad, that we don't sit there and watch, and I my one little comment that I like to say is, like you see those flags coming up, and 8 years later, you finally make a decision to leave. But you saw those flags at like 2 years, 1 year, right? They were there all along. You just didn't listen to them. And then 8 years later, you finally like, okay, I should have listened to the flag that I saw on day 10 or day 40 or day 368, right? Like, those flags come up and a lot of times we choose to ignore them. And sometimes that's based out of like our insecurities or our self-worth or previous patterns and previous relationship things, trauma, all those things keep us bound in those relationships, right? But so I'm glad that, just people show you who they are, and just meet people where they are, right? If somebody's showing you something that doesn't sit right with you, then just trust the action that they're showing you. Trust how they're showing up in your life. Okay, after Chloe, Savinia, are you still there, Savinia? Oops. No. Oh, there. I did something and popped the comments away. Ooh, got to get them back. There we go. Hi. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you so much, Jojo. For love, Savinia. Perfect. Oh, maybe Amber. I called you, but I will do after this one. I will do you, Amber. Okay. Yeah, you were after Jojo. I did miss you. So you know what? I'm going to stick with Savinia just because I'm channeling her energy right now. And as soon as I'm done Savinia's, I'll do yours, Amber. Okay. That way there, I can make sure that I'm clear on your energy. We'll stick with Savinia and love. Higher power, Savinia. So we'll see what that talks about in relationship to love. Aw, thank you so much. You're just amazing, Melinda. Number 4, Savinia. Okay. And in a relationship message, it's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number 1 priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. It's a beautiful, beautiful message, right? And, you know, when some people don't believe in God, and that's cool. I always like to use this. We're creators, right? I created a human. I actually created two humans, right? And my mom created two humans as well. But I mean, she created two of us. So, but somebody created, like there's a creator that's back there. So even if you just think about connecting to the source of creation, right? The person that create, or the thing, or the energy that created all the rest of the energy, right? Because so connection to that, right? That's what our intuition is. Our intuition is that connection to that spirit part of us. It's a higher connection to that, right? So connect to that. And when you pay attention, or you're in connection with your higher self or with spirit, right? Then you're more inspired, you're more aware of the energies around you. You see the truth within people a little more easily. You know what's showing up and how it's aligning with you and resonating with you. So there's a lot of power in that. But I do think that that's such a good message for you, Savinia, that there is somebody that's there that is really, really a great connection for you, right? That whole that there's a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Now, one thing I will note on that is just remember, sometimes growth is not comfortable, right? Sometimes growth can be painful. We grow the most when we are in relationships that break us right open, right? That's when we end up doing the most growth, or the most growing. So just keep that in mind, that even though it's that there's a potential, there could be pain that comes from that growth. There might not be. There's don't expect that. Just be aware that that is a potential. Okay. But this person's, that's a deep spiritual bond between you two. So I feel like, they're definitely part of that whole spirit, your spirit collective, your family from, spirit from beyond. All right. So Amber. Not skipping you this time. Amber. What did you have a question surrounding, love? You're welcome, dear. All righty. Mm-hmm. This is I love some of the tough messages. Like my friend and I, when I first started playing with this deck, hi Jenny Lynn, how are you? And Lux Rated, hello. So with when we started playing with these cards, when I first got this deck of cards, my friend and I, we called it, like, it was the tough oracle. Some of these cards, the message that they give are tough, but the tough message is sometimes exactly the message that we need to hear. So if a message resonates with you, so if I'm giving a message to Amber and it resonates with you, that's called a Cledon. And what that is just when spirit or source, God, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, even if you want, the spirit realm communicating, doesn't matter, however you view it, that connection. Sometimes we need I lost my train of thought because I went into this whole trying to explain I call it God, spirit, and source. I use those intermingled. But anyway, sometimes we need a harsh message to wake us up. So this one here, number 37, it's a tough message. Self-criticism. Okay. Hello. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, you must not go there, you should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that's got stuck in a lie. It wants to protect you and needs you to be seen as or needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So I'm not sure how that resonates with you, because that's a lot to take in, right? When we're looking into relationships, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the past you that believes all those narratives. None of them were true anyway. And I'm going to read the prosperity message on this card as well, just because I think that this card is a message that can resonate with all of us, or at least give us some like little nuggets of really great information, right? Fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others, thinking their success should be yours? Maybe you're afraid of all the good that is coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurities scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling the story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it, right? And it is a lot of like the way that we show up in our world and the way that how our life. My glasses are itchy. There. Itchy from the glasses. I think that some hair got trapped on the face of the glasses. But years ago, that's who I was. Like a couple of years back, that's exactly who I was. I was that person that was stuck in that never-ending circle, that cycle, the same story, where my beliefs about me not being good enough, my abandonment issues, right? Because of all the traumas that I suffered, they were showing up in my relationships. I was picking partners that would repeatedly show me that I wasn't good enough. I was going to jobs where I was really successful in my work career. I was the director of nursing and helped to manage a long-term care facility and hospital. So I had a very, very beautiful career. And successful in that. But in my relationships, I wasn't. I just kept repeating the same scenarios within my relationships because that's where my trauma and the toxicity from my trauma came out, was in those areas. So I had to heal that victim part of me, that part that's scared, that part that's repeats the same story, right? And I had to teach myself that I was good enough, that the first person I should love in the whole world should be me. And when I start loving myself more, then it spills over. So I don't know how that resonated with you, that card, but that is a really tough message. But just look at the stories that you tell yourself. You are, when I look at my story, the second that I made it through the traumatic event, that's when I was a survivor. I survived it. Survived it doesn't necessarily predict any, like it's almost like a passive state of mind. I survived, right? I made it. I determined that I was going to be a warrior and I was going to battle through all the stuff that I had experienced, right? So be a warrior, right? Take control of your life, be a warrior, and determine where you want your life to go and just pour love into yourself. Just love yourself. Okay. So after Amber and Sylvania is Sarah. Sarah. Are you still there, Sarah from England? Okay. And I am going to go off soon because I've been on way too long. But I love you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow, 9 to 10 again tomorrow, or 9 to 10:30, 9 to 11. I don't know. You guys get me going. You guys have such great energy on TikTok, and you just keep going and going, and I just love it. Hi. Is there a specific area that you would like a question or clarity? Hi. I'll let you know if I get time, if I decide to pull a card for you. Okay. So Sarah from England, is there a specific area? Career. Flexible in the protection mode. Flexible is number 19, but we'll see what the message is from that, okay? So protection mode. No, Marie, I will do you next. Absolutely, you are next. Without fail. So if you let me know what your question is, I will keep it in my mind, and as soon as I'm done with this card, I'll pull your card, okay, Marie? So for flexible in protection mode, Sarah, when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up. Open your mind and heart and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there could only be losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So know you're looking at it in the realm of work, but is there a clash that's going on in your career? Is there a clash with somebody else in the area that you're working in currently? I love getting into the little discussions to kind of bring clarity to the card. My hair keeps tickling me and give me little itchies. So this is for Sarah from England. Hi, Judy. Yeah. So if that's what it is, if let's say within your career, there's a person that you seem to be there's some kind of conflict or some kind of energy that feels a little bit off, or a situation that seems like it's really, really boxed in, or, it's the time to just be flexible around that whole situation. Right. So just loosen up, take some of sometimes when we have too much invested in the outcome, we really want to see a specific outcome, we hold too firmly to that. But if we let go a little bit, sometimes what shows up might not be exactly what we were expecting. Sometimes it can be even better. And sometimes it's slightly different. Sometimes it's maybe not as good as what we think it is, but it's still the result that needed to happen for a specific reason. So just allow yourself to be more flexible in whatever's going on within your work environment and in your career environment. And even when you think about flexibility, if you're thinking about starting something new or branching out, be flexible in what that can mean, right? If you're looking at starting a new career, maybe you're thinking, if we went on to, maybe it's I've got to be the next Taylor Swift, and I'm going to play a guitar, and I'm going to write my own music, and I'm going to sing, and I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be that. And maybe that's too rigid, right? Maybe that's, getting too concrete on what I expect for my thing. If I just open it up, maybe I'm a really good singer, but I shouldn't play the guitar at the same time because it's just not my thing, right? So be open to how it does show up to you. Be more flexible to what's coming, being in any form that it can come in, because source will send it to you in the way that they want it to, right? In the way that it should arrive for whatever experience you need. All right, Marie, and then Judy. Marie and Judy. Okay. Thank you, Melinda. You're awesome. Okay. So Marie, and you were looking about current relationship. Here, thank you, and blessings to you as well. Round and round. Okay, so this is for you, Marie. Round and round, number 25. So the relationship message with round and round is, are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only differently this time. For you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. So I'm not sure if that resonates with you, Sarah, but when we get in, when I went through, so I had 3 serious relationships in my time that, and serious relationships being ones that, lasted well over a year. I had a 6-year, an 8-year, and a 13-year relationship in my time. They all the guys they looked different, but they were all very similar. Right? So that's good. That's awesome, because you grow and you evolve. And so all of my relationships changed as I went along, because I changed as I went along and I became stronger. I knew more about myself. I knew more what I was going to tolerate, whatever. The last relationship was just like, it was an 8-year relationship. I thought it was my soulmate, and I think he still was my soulmate, but it was a soulmate that was come to break me wide open so that I would go through the biggest healing journey of my life and come out the other side. So I thank him very much for propelling me to my biggest healing and to getting to this point, right? So, we keep doing that until we fix what's in here that's attracting what that is. Then we're going to keep pulling it to us, right? So for some of us, it's that not feeling good enough, right? So we'll attract guys to us that are emotionally unavailable, or we'll attract cheaters, or we'll attract just, toxic relationships in some way, right? And the thing is, it's our nervous system. Our nervous system is like, this is familiar, and familiar in our nervous system equals safe. Meanwhile, we've been in this like toxic environment. So toxic feels normal or familiar. So then toxic to our nervous system is safe, because when we get in a safe environment, we're not getting those same chemicals in our body that we do when we're in that unsafe environment. So our body thinks, well, I have those. I don't have my chemicals. I'm not getting my cortisol. I'm not getting my adrenaline. Something's wrong in my world. This isn't safe. We've got to get into an environment where I'm getting fed those. So then we leave the safe environment and seek out another environment that gives us that dose of trauma and toxicity and fear and, worthlessness and all of those feelings. We want to be in those feelings because they're familiar feelings for us, and the neurochemicals and all the neurotransmitters that are running through our body feel familiar when they're in that state. And so it's a job of basically detoxing yourself from the toxicity that you've been in for a while. Yeah. So definitely, if you want to connect, I'm sure that there's a way that I can work with you and help you on your healing journey. Absolutely. And as I've been very open with my prices, the group program of my Oracle reading is $350 for 3 months Canadian. My Oracle package, that's individual, where we do trauma healing, surrounding what the Oracle messages are. That sacred journey individually is $697. And then my big trauma wellness, if you were to delve really deep, is $500 a month with no commitment. But if you sign this year before the end of the year, is $333 a month. I have a discount until the end of December on all of my programming. So the Oracle package as a group program is $350 for the remainder of this year. The other one's $697 for the individual Oracle journey with trauma help, trauma wellness, tips, techniques, building up resiliency, soothing, all of that stuff. The individual one, $697 for the rest of the year, and the trauma wellness program, which is you buy in for as many months as you need. Some people feel that they're good in 3 months. Some might feel good in 6 months. Some might need a year, but it's up to you, and you make the choice, and there's no commitment. We're just going to throw them everywhere now. Everywhere. All righty. So that was Marie. Judy. And you're so welcome. But definitely, you can always connect with me. Always connect with me. And I'm back here 9 to 10 a.m. or like in today, 10 to 11. 9 to 11. But anyway, I'm going off after Judy's card. For anyone else that wants a card, come back tomorrow morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern. I do free card pulls. Typically after 10, then I do a gift exchange for my card pulls, but I didn't do that today. I just kept going. So, because I'm giving up 2 hours of my day. Oh, Judy, go the distance in protection mode. So I'll read you your message on that card. I feel like we've had go the distance 4 or 5 times today. Interestingly, it's a big message for everybody today about going the distance. Yeah, definitely. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of the desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you want to expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. Okay, so I hope that message resonates with you, but it resonates with all of us, right? We really should be following our and avoiding our But a lot of time we get ourselves stuck into the, we're just going to do what we think is we have to do all the time and stay within those But if you always do what you always did, you're always going to get what you always got. That's one of my very favorite statements, right? We recycle our days over and over and over again, right? If you get up in the morning, and it's funny, if you're right-handed, put the toothpaste on your toothbrush, upper right, right? That's how how conditioned we are within our lives, right? Is you do the same things every day. The first thing in the morning, you wake up, you open your eyes, you pull your blankets back, sit up at the side of your bed, reach for your cell phone, or maybe the first thing you turn your cell phone off, the alarm from ringing, pick up your cell phone, check your notifications. Maybe you go to the bathroom, whatever. We all have patterns or cycles that our days go through that we've created these routines and structures in. And then we expect a different day to happen, but we don't change anything in our day to day. So this is really look at your day, look at you, what lights you up? How do you want to show up in the world? How do you want your life to show up? Right? Don't be afraid to change it. I have worked in a variety of fields, and I'm so glad that I changed some of them. I was a computer programmer systems analyst for a few years. I waitressed for many, many years. I tried to get a job when I was 19 years old. When I was 19, I tried to get an apprenticeship because I grew up poor. So I was looking at ways to improve myself and get better. And I thought, well, an apprenticeship's great because I don't have to, pay this huge amount for education, but I can get into a job that makes more. So yeah, pretty cool. You know what? Because you're on YouTube, if you subscribe and follow me, Love with Life, I will pull a card for you for just showing up on YouTube, because I love it when I get new people on YouTube, but you have to subscribe and follow, and I will pull a card for you in your career. All right, I'll give you a career reading. So yeah, don't be afraid to shake your life up. I went from working in nursing and now into running my own company, right? So I went from being, you know, absorbed in television and video games, numbing out, avoiding dealing with anything or avoid really feeling anything, to now the only time I'm really on the TV is to sing karaoke. It's the only time I'm doing that. So love with life, you're the closing card then. Just because I love being in love with life. Awesome. Awesome. Love with life would like some information around their career. And I think maybe there's a message for all of us. Ooh, Unfinished Symphony is the card that I pulled for love with life. I'm in love with life. Are you in love with life? Hi, baby. Are you in love with life? I am. I'm very much in love with life. I don't know what that being was, but I am in love with life. So number 10, love with life. And in a career area, so make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you've created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. Okay? And that's such a good message for all of us. For me, it's going to be a bad word and I apologize, but I'm an education whore. Like I literally will learn anything. I love learning. Probably part of the Sagittarius thing. You're not that much in love, no. But I, you know, with my company, right, I have all kinds of education in trauma and wellness practices, right? But, you know, I have education that I'm doing to be certified as a moonologer. I'm doing education to be certified as an oracle with Colette Baron-Reed, who designed these cards and other decks that I have. Right. Yasmin Bolin, she's the one that created Moonology to begin with and Moonologer, and she has her decks of oracle cards, and I'm working with her to be certified. And then, you know, I have business courses, and then I am working with a Sharma who lives in India, and he teaches me things to deal with yoga and pranayama and mantras and mudras and all of that stuff. So I have all these things that I'm learning. And someone will be talking about something and they'll be like, oh, you know, like human design, let's say, right? Human design. I love human design. So I'm like, ooh, I got to learn about human design. And I start buying all these books and absorbing all this knowledge and learning about it. But at some point, you have to stop grabbing onto new things because you have to finish the things that you've got going on. If I keep grabbing another new thing, I'm just going to overwhelm myself with all the things that I have to do. Right? So I have to actually finish the Moonologer certificate, finish the Oracle certificate. And then after I'm done those, now that I have that time freed up and the energy to be able to invest in more things, then I can learn something new. But you have to stop adding new at some point, or else you're just going to keep adding new and creating that clutter, like the card said, right? So I have a ton of books. Like I have books on auras, books on everything, everything, right? I have to stop myself. So this card, I resonate with this very much. Love with life is the fact that sometimes you have to stop with the new stuff, right? And just finish the things that you have on the go. And so that's my reading for you around career. Okay. And I love you guys. And thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow from 9 until 10, unless you guys keep me going like you did today and keep me till 11. And I would stay and do more, but I have to go to the ladies' room because my coffee's pretty much done. And my morning starts with, I drink moon water, which I'm going to make tonight, make more moon water. So if you're into that kind of an idea, I'll explain before I shut down the broadcast. But in order to making moon water carries information. Water, we are, a lot of what is in us is water, right? There's a lot of water in the world. But water they've done studies with water. If you were to say love into your cup and freeze it, your cup would create these beautiful fractals around the word love, wisdom, like all these positive words. If you say hate, and all these other words into the cup, and they're distorted. They're not actually like patterns. It's chaotic. So I speak really positive affirmations into my glasses of water. I have old milk jugs, like antique milk jugs that I put spring water in, and then I speak these wonderful words into, and then I charge it up under the moonlight. And the first thing that I drink in the morning is as a drink of the moon water, so that I'm actually giving myself like those fractals that have been created through speaking into the water with such positive words. And that's my first thing that I drink. And then after I drink that, I drink 2 glasses of water. That's how I start my day. So now that I've had my coffee and it's almost gone and I've been on here for 2 hours, that's why I have to get off, because I have to go to the ladies' room because I have a lot of liquid in my tummy and it's not in my tummy anymore. It's migrated down. So I love you guys very much and I appreciate everything. Yeah, definitely. And tonight's the perfect night because it's a full moon. And you can also, if you don't have the time to get it all set up tonight, you can still do it tomorrow night. So we could have started last night because it's the day before the full moon, and the day after the full moon. The day before the full moon is the gibbous moon. That's where it's just about bursting. It's like pregnant, ready to burst. Yeah. And you can put it in the window as long as your window gets the moonlight. You can leave it in your window. I put them outside because I don't have a window that faces that direction in the place that I'm in. So I actually put them outside in my backyard. Luckily enough, the moon actually does go over that space. I was so sad when I first got here because I didn't think the full moon was going to have a trajectory that I'd be able to use. So I charge up all my crystals. I charge up water. I do those things under the full moon. And I do a release ceremony and a forgiveness ceremony too. So writing down all of the things that you want to forgive, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, that kind of thing. And yeah, so if you have a windowsill that sits facing the moonlight, then I would just do it on the window. I would put my stuff on the windowsill. But if you don't, see if you have a space within your yard or you have an area, a balcony that you can put it on, and definitely charge it up. It's a great start to my day. I love it. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm off. Bye. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow, 9 to 10 Eastern. Bye. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Or see you tonight in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. Even better. Bye, guys. Love you.